Hey, welcome to match 4. This hand is fine. I might even say good. And my opponent mulligans. Seems good so far. If I had a Mox Opal, oh my god, mulliganing to 5 on the play. This guy's gonna need a really sweet 5 to beat this hand, I gotta say that. Now if I draw a Mox Opal, this hand is just busted. Like possible turn 3 kill busted. Of course, I don't really need busted to beat mulligan at 5, but oh well. I wish I could play against Abzan. Those are interesting matches most of the time. Sorry, I want to show like cool matches, but actually no, the Hollow One match was pretty cool, and arguably I might have misplayed some of it. All right, so GG, well played, opponent. I guess he has the advantage of me not knowing how to sideboard, so. What? Alright. Wow, that's some insult and injury right there. I guess he doesn't know, but. Jeez. My opponent should not play Grove of the Burnwillows, because it tells me something about his deck. It's like red-green Tron. I guess if there's gonna be a deck you try to play it out with, it's Tron. But Sylvan's crying. Maybe he'll get there. Alright, so play the Ravager. Animate. Activate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not quite there. Two, 5, 8, 9. 10. I chose to sacrifice the Ornithopter instead of the Opal in case he had, I don't know, something like Lightning Bolt into a Ghost Quarter. I guess that wouldn't have done it. Yeah, I guess maybe I should have kept the Ornithopter. Didn't really matter anyways. I just wanted to keep up the possibility of activating the Ink Moth on his turn, but I guess there'd be no situation where he survives and I need to and I still have the Welding Jar to use. Anyways, Etched Champions go out, Thoughtseizes go in, Ancient Grudges go in, Blood Moons go in, Galvanic Blasts go out, and I submit the deck. Well, let's see if we can get our Tron opponent to mulligan into 3 cards again. That'd be pretty good. Sorry about the noise. The more Leagues of Affinity I record, the harder I find it is to talk about some of the thought processes behind some of my decisions. If you feel like there's interesting strategic decisions that aren't just me overlooking some super obvious play or something like that, that you want to comment on, please do leave comments so that I can respond. Yeah. I've been pretty happy with Bitter Blossom so far. This card's been performing pretty well against most of the grindier decks. I feel like its stock might go up even more as we move into the era of Jace and Bloodbraid Elf. It just feels good against those kind of decks. The grindy decks, since it'll just give you tons of value. Jace does not line up well against Bitter Blossom at all. Stuff like that. Alright, Signal Pest. Ornithopter. What I don't want to see is Tron land. Do not want to see a Tron land right now. Well, they have Trons. Definitely favoring the Arcbound Ravager against something like Karn than Cranial Plating. See if they play Karn. They Karn down tick on Ravager. Ravager moves its counter to Ornithopter. Then I have to signal. I can't kill Karn and Blood Moon in the same turn. Oh, that's obnoxious. So let's see. Against a Worm Coil, I will probably Blood Moon. Against a Karn, I probably Cranial Plating to kill the Karn. Against Oblivion Stone, I probably Blood Moon. against nothing, I probably Blood Moon. Against my opponent, twiddling his thumbs and wasting your time and my time. That I have no counter to, unfortunately. As for how Affinity gets affected by the unbannings, I don't know. I want to say that if the meta ends up going in the grindier direction, where a lot more mid-range decks being played, I can see Bitter Blossom and Bitter Blossoms in the side and more Etch Champion, 4 Etch Champion in the main being where we want to end up being. If the metagame shifts away from mid-range strategies as a consequence to Elf and Jace being around, which I guess sounds sort of weird. But anyways, if it like on the whole nets towards like some more aggressive metagame where there's a lot of aggressive decks dealing with like a handful of Jace decks or Bloodbraid Elf decks, then it's possible that you end up not going for the grinder version, even if it's better against the Jaces and Bloodraids. I don't know, it's sort of hard to predict how the bannings are going to impact the deck, because it's not the decks that are playing Jaces and Bloodbraid Elves that are really the big difference. It's like, how does that affect the ecosystem? And does it like shunt out decks that were previously good matchups? Or does it promote decks that we have good matchups against and shunt out our bad ones? Like, if somehow, I don't... What? 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 Why? You have Tron. You've turn 3 Tron and you're just cast... What? I don't understand. See, that's obnoxious, but it's only obnoxious because I drew my basic mountain. God damn it. Basic mountain, why? I think I play Cranial Plating here. Just to be mana efficient, since he already blew up one of my lands. Is there any feeling worse than drawing your basic mountain and then getting ghost quartered? I don't think so. Chromatic Sphere, not a problem. Would really like a land to cast the Blood Moon. Although if I get a Blink Moth, there's an argument to be said for not casting it. And instead keeping up, playing the Signal Past, equipping the Cranial Plating, and then keeping up, sacrifice everything to Raviter for the... what he's doing. He's just kind of spinning his wheels. Sylvan Scries for another tower or something? Does he get a tower or does he get a colored source? Sanctum of Ugin. Okay. Yeah. I want to Blood Moon him. Whatever he's doing with a Sanctum of Ugin next turn is nothing I want to see. And I also do not want to be O-stoned. This takes him off O-stone next turn. Unless he has Forest, Nature's Claim. I guess that still doesn't let him O-stone. Yeah, there's no way for him to O-stone next turn. Which is good, because I hate that card. Looking good so far. Now he can Nature's Claim O-Stone and win. As long as there's not a Nature's Claim and an Oblivion Stone in his hand, though, I think I win. I don't know what could go wrong, so I'm taking what I think is the most conservative line I can take, and hopefully that works out for me. Alright. Got there. Taking down Tron. Thanks to them mulliganing and a timely Blood Moon.